Halloween. Normally, it's an occasion that's celebrated by millions of people every year. From costume parties, trick-or-treating, to watching horror movies at home or in the cinema, Halloween is a pretty much legit holiday that occurs on the final day of October. While I'm not a super Halloween buff myself, I do appreciate the effort people go to celebrate the spooky season. Due to the great pandemic of 2020 however, Halloween is probably going to be a bit limp this year, so I figured why not reminisce about a game that I loved playing as a kid to provide a distraction. Sounds good, yes? The game in question then is Demolition Racer. This PS1 game was first released in 1999 before coming to the PC and Dreamcast a year later. A spin-off from the Destruction Derby franchise, Demolition Racer aimed to really step up from where the second Destruction Derby game left off. Was it any good? Let's jump in. I love the FMV intro to this game. It's a parody of driving safety messages of the 1950s interspersed with what could go wrong in spectacular fashion.
Orderly and safe. Ignoring or breaking rules is doing the unexpected, and suddenly you become a threat to others.
The music is awesome, and the humour is pretty stellar too. Definitely one of my favourite game openings ever.
As long as everyone follows the rules and is considerate of others, we can relax and enjoy driving. Enjoy driving, enjoy driving, enjoy driving. Without rules, the unexpected can be trouble.
Once we hit the main menu, there's not a lot at first. Just the single player, 2-player and Demolition League modes. Now, if you go to the single player portion, most of the game modes, tracks and cars are locked. That's because the Demolition League is basically the career mode of this game. You do a series of races trying to finish as high as you can. The league start out fairly simple by letting you finish as low as 5th, before suddenly jumping up to 3rd, then 1st. If you manage to complete all the races, you will unlock new cars, modes and tracks to use. Neat! Of course, this takes a while and I'm sure you all want to see everything this game has to offer, so cheat codes baby! Now let's get into actually playing the game. Demolition Racer is a combat racing game where you simply have to get to the finish line intact. Of course, that's too easy, so along the way you must bash your way to every car you see to earn points. The amount of points will vary depending on a number of factors, including the severity of the shunt, wall impacts and spins. From as low as 5 points up to 75 or even more if you include some spin and wall collisions. Basically 80 points maximum normally, rising up to 105. Not bad, right? The best part though is the point system encourages you to go on the attack, which I love. In Destruction Derby the point system rewards you more for spinning out opponents, which is boring. Demolition Racer fixes that and allows you to really have fun smashing everyone to pieces. Of course, as you get crash happy, your car's health depletes. It will start at 100 before gradually going down. At 25, the car will catch fire. At 15, the health meter blinks to remind you any more punishment will be fatal. Then at 0, yep, you die. Oh, I need to mention the death from above technique. How does it work? Simple. Land on the roof of your opponent and hasta la vista, baby. This is hard to pull off, but when you do, 500 points will be awarded for your troubles. Basically, instant first place, baby. Anyway, in every race, power-ups will be there to aid you in your time of need. You can get bonus points, mechanical repairs that restore 30 health points, and armour to make you invincible for a short period of time. Using these carefully will prolong your path of destruction. Watch out for the Grim Reaper boxes though, you will lose a quarter of your life bar if you hit them. All this sounds pretty conclusive so far, right? You go about bashing cars, getting as many points as possible, then surviving while maintaining the highest position possible. This last part is important as the higher you finish, the more bonus points you get. There's a bit more to the story here. After all, what makes Demolition Racer fun are the other elements that come together to make this game as fun as it currently is. There are 8 different cars to pick from once all are unlocked, and they each have different stats along with different body shapes. The 4 main attributes are acceleration, armor, handling and top speed. I personally like the Mantis car the most. It's very fast but handles well and has decent armor. Plus I love how it looks. Until I smash it up, obviously. Another favourite is the van, aka Vandal. Yeah, I don't know. It's so fast and it's basically a tank in disguise. I mean, come on, have you ever seen a van hit 200 miles per hour, smash 4 speed into another van and still drive? Damn, it's good. Too bad the van is twitchy as hell. Keeping it straight and true is a rather hard task to accomplish. I hated the Bobcat vehicle. I was all over the place. I was kissing the walls more often than other cars. Yeah, don't use this car. It's terrible. The rest are fine, and whichever one you like will come down to personal preference. The Predator car is the fastest and handles like a dream. But its weak armor means it can be destroyed in seconds if you're not careful. The track designs, of course, need a mention too. The 10 tracks are all really cool. You will race on construction maintenance sites, a parking lot, industrial facilities, dirt roads, and more. You can also race on these tracks backwards later in the game too. Most of the courses will be filled with narrow paths, wide open spaces, debris to hit, and alternative paths to take. Because you race with 16 cars at once, the tracks aid in the destruction by making sure you get crammed into the mayhem. How can you not look at this and go, oh come on, that's feeling nice. Oh, I forgot to mention you have 3 stadiums for the modes that require them. They look okay, but it's just a circle. I mean, yay, circles are yummy, I guess. I may as well talk about the available race modes in this game. The demolition mode is simple. Race and get points while surviving the onslaught of disgruntled office workers. At least I think they are office workers. Then we have the chase. No, not that one. Sadly, it's just a 3-lap race. But that's it. No points for causing destruction? Shit! Next up, chicken. You drive in the other direction, trying to finish the race as quickly as possible while avoiding the oncoming cars. This mode is fun. It's tense as hell, and knowing there's no power-ups to help you out of this situation is quite sobering. Plus, look at the damage sustained. I'm surprised the car still moves. Next, last man standing. Easy this one. You're in a bowl, which is circled by the way, against 16 cars in a fight to the death. Earn points and take out as many cars as possible. This is definitely a great way to relieve stress from work. Yeah, take that, sucker. Last is suicide. Same as last man standing, only this time you need to destroy your car as fast as possible. The first one to do it wins. Oh, I did it! Victory is my... Oh, how? Alright, those are all of the game modes. Now, let's talk about graphics. For a 1999 PS1 game, this is a great looking game. The cars are well detailed and they all break apart in very impressive ways. Seeing the cars slowly fall apart is visually exciting and it's really well done too. The general graphics and the track design and effects are also top notch too. I love how much detail is on display here and no corners were cut. I especially love all the foreground elements, it helps make each track feel more real. The only real hit on graphics are the opponent cars. They are not as detailed as your car model, but there's 16 of them, so this is not a big surprise. Still convincing despite that fact. Other effects like dirt sticking to your car, skid marks with smoke, along with fire, and seeing pieces of cars flying around really round out a great visual package. The sound though, that's a mixed bag. On the one hand, we have great music and some decent sound effects. The crashing sounds are serviceable and the jump sound effects are pretty good. The music again is also pretty good too, especially in the menu. The songs rock here. What's the issue then? Well, too many of the sounds are stock sounding. The skids, the crashes, the vehicle sounds, all of it lacks true impact, and did I mention every car sounds the same? Yeah, there's an air of cheapness about the sound production, and it does lessen the fun factor a little bit. It's not awful, far from it, but good sound effects do make games much more immersive, and in a game where cars crash a lot, good sound would have gone a long way in making you feel good every time you pummel another car. The music though, although good, repeats a lot on most of the tracks. So, although you have 10 tracks and can race on them in reverse, you only really hear 6 pieces of music at most. Repetition is a recurring theme here and you will see it throughout your experience. Right, that was Demolition Racer, and it was an interesting game to play again. While the game is fun, looks great and has great damage visuals on the cars, it also feels repetitive at times and a bit cheap when it comes to certain aspects of production, mostly in sound. However, despite not being perfect, Demolition Racer is good cheap fun, and come on, who doesn't like smashing up cars? I will say quickly that this game was ported onto the PC in 2000, which is where I first played it as a demo. The Dreamcast also got a port called Demolition Racer No Exit. It looks different though, so maybe that game is a sequel? Anyway, please let me know your thoughts on Demolition Racer, and until my next video, I will see you soon.